Hi guys, it's Ray here from City Fan TV. Very good morning to you. How you doing, guys? How you doing? Should be doing very well indeed, guys. You should be waking up to the news that Man City have signed Ruben Dias. Look, we knew it was coming. We knew it was happening from this weekend. You know, when he played his last game on Saturday, Sunday was doing his medical. We told you that. Told you that he'd probably be announced on Tuesday evening. Not in the know, guys. Just a prediction. But he was announced on Tuesday evening, and yeah, you could see his interviews late last night, and pictures and everything else. He had to do all his publicity first. That's the way transfers are done these days. Get all the publicity and the marketing stuff done, get your competitions organised and whatever, and then you announce the guy. So it was interesting. Obviously, I'm going to go through what happened this summer. We wanted Koulibaly. We desperately wanted Kalidou Koulibaly. Okay, as far as I'm aware, club thought they had him. They thought they'd get him. Desperately wanted him. And actually, on the some of the publicity released yesterday for Ruben Dias is a quiz competition. It's simply a competition, a prize to win a shirt. And right at the bottom of all the blurb, it said something about winning a Kalidou Koulibaly shirt. I mean, that's probably how much we thought we had him. Yeah, same with Messi. We thought we had these guys. We were doing the pre-publicity for these guys, for Messi and Koulibaly. We thought we'd had them. And so City really wanted Kalidou Koulibaly. Price was too high. And even though Ruben Dias wasn't our first choice, because I think there was Koulibaly, there was Jimenez at Atletico, and Kounde, and we definitely put bids in for Kounde and Koulibaly. Dias is not a bad option, okay? As I said, he's not first or second choice, but he's still a cracking young centre-back with huge potential, and is actually delivering for his club and country right now. So it's not a young kid who you know you might have to wait 2, 3, 4, 5 years before he hits his straps. The guy's doing it right now. What's helped us to buy him is the fact that Benfica got knocked out of the Champions League by PAOK Salonika. So two things happened then. They miss out on the Champions League money, and for clubs that's huge. Yeah, I don't know their financial position, but with all the COVID situation, no fans at grounds, losing out on Champions League money as well, that's gotta hurt. On top of that, the players miss out on that prestigious tournament. They want to play in the Champions League, and that gives an extra impetus a little bit for them to move on. So when City come knocking on Benfica's door and say, we want Ruben Dias, the player is very receptive to the move, obviously to play for Man City, big club and all that, Champions League, Pep Guardiola, and the club is receptive to receiving a whole wedge of money. Now, the numbers in the deal, the finances are, this is what's going through the books, 68 million euros for this kid, plus 3.6 million euros in potential add-ons, and that's what Benfica have said. So they put out a statement, I think, on Sunday night, so we knew this was happening, about the numbers. So that's what they said. In the other direction, and Nicholas Otamendi is going for 15 million euros. There are rumours about his wages, that City are going to be paying a proportion of his wages. I've talked about that in the past, guys, why we would do that and why it might be expected that we will contribute, because his wages are extremely high, depending which report you read. I was of the understanding that there were 140,000 euros a week. I've seen reports where they're even more than that. So City contribute because it helps the deal to happen. Okay, the price paid for both Otamendi and Ruben Dias is inflated for accounting purposes. I don't believe it's a 68 million euro deal for Ruben Dias. I think it's nearer to 50-55. Okay, that's what it should be in my mind. That's more the market value, and in these COVID times, that's what the market value should be, around 50 million. But you inflate each side, each club does very well in its profit and loss account. You can go look at the finance videos we've done in the past, guys, if you want to know a bit more about that. So, what is this guy like Ruben Dias? Now, if you want to go back and watch the 20-minute video I did with football analyst Scott Martin. Now, Scott is an American guy, but his background is Portuguese. All his grandparents are Portuguese. He follows the NOS League in Portugal, and he's a football analyst covering La Liga. So he knows all about your Spanish and Portuguese football and your players. And he follows the Portuguese national team and watches a lot of this kid. And he has high hopes for him. And you can go back and look at the full video if you want for all the information that Scott goes through in a lot of detail, and it's the kind of quality detail that you want to learn, you want to be aware about what's going on and what are the qualities, what are the attributes and the skills of this guy. Now, what Scott, just to briefly recap what he talked about, he said this guy fits into a possession-based team or a possession-based system. He's done it at Benfica, one of the best clubs in Portugal, usually dominate, and he said he'll fit into City quite comfortably. Okay, he plays. So when we look at it, we wanted a right-sided centre-back. Okay, this kid plays right-sided centre-back for Benfica. But when he plays for the Portugal national team, something I didn't know, he plays left-sided centre-back because Pepe plays on the right. So the guy is versatile, he is good enough, and you've got to be honest, Portugal didn't do too badly at a national level winning the Nations League last summer, if you remember that. And he's played, I think, against, was it Sweden and Croatia in the Nations League this season? He's played really, really well, snuffing out danger with Pepe and helping Portugal to a good start in the Nations League. You've got to look at his experience as well. He's 23 years old, only just turned 23, but he's been playing for several years already. And he's got a lot of Champions League and Europa League experience. So people do worry about defenders coming from the Portuguese league. We've had our fingers burned, probably more than our fingers, with Eliakim Mangala. If you remember him, 42 million quid. He came, he looked like he had power, strength and pace, but he didn't have a football brain. He didn't have understanding, he didn't have touch, and he lost confidence very quickly. And people, looked at people like Lindelof, who's come to United, and he's struggled. He's had his struggles. But this kid, Ruben Dias, has already got plenty of experience at a high level. So he's already coming in at a high level. All this experience at Benfica, the Champions League and Europa League experience that I've discussed, the European experience, playing on a European stage, on an international stage at a much higher level than the Portuguese National League, which people will deride and say it's a farmers league or whatever. It's not one of the top 5 leagues in Europe. So, but he's played at a good level. He's played a good number of games, and the attributes that Scott discussed are really worth recapping. Now, Scott said he's an attacking centre back, yeah, and he's good at in possession. He's good at keeping possession. He's good at the short pass when it's required, and he's also good at the long pass, the long ball. Okay, and it's interesting that Aymeric Laporte he's a similar kind of defender in that sense to Aymeric Laporte, who's very comfortable putting out a 40 or 50 yard pass. Aymeric doing usually from left to right. Ruben Dias playing on the right does right to left, but also when he goes on the left side, he can he can go left to right or either way. To be honest, is I think what if I remember correctly what Scott said. And what he does, he's also a good ball carrier. He'll notice the space. He'll see some space ahead of him and he'll take that space, or he'll make space for himself so that he can be in a position. He'll make space for himself so he can be in a position to get the ball, look around and make that ping, that pass to his striker or midfielder. Now, Scott defined him as a very refined player. He's more refined than someone like Koundu, who we looked at as well. Koundu is more of a defender's defender, whereas who has some issues with his attacking part of his game. But Ruben Dias is a ball carrier. He's a ball, he's a passer, as I said, short, long, and he takes that ball forward. He's very, very comfortable at doing that. He's got this leadership skills. That's something we're looking for. We've not had. A lot of fans have said this since Vincent Kompany left. Vincent Kompany, fantastic, world-class defender at City for almost 10 years. But his leadership is something we've missed. We crave somebody else in that mould as a man, both on and off the pitch. If you heard his interviews yesterday, his English is actually very, very good, and that's going to make a huge difference and it's going to be a huge benefit when you want to be a leader, because we have different languages. If you heard Otamendi's interview after leaving City, he wasn't talking in English, he's talking in Spanish. So you've got players who speak various languages, and obviously Portuguese. We've got the Brazilian players and the Portuguese players like Bernardo Silva. I mean, they speak English as well, and Edison and Fernandinho. But we've also got a lot of English players as well. So this guy's he's multilingual. I guess the main language is English, and his English is bang on. Scott described him as a preventative defender. He said he reads the game well, and it's something that we saw early on with Eric Garcia. He senses danger. He knows when it's coming, so he's not caught out of position, and he's thinking one step ahead. The first move is already made in his head. That first, and he gets a an advantage over the attacker. So he can see where the ball is going. He's already moving. He's already anticipating. So he's got decent pace, but he's one step ahead, and so he's there comfortably ahead of the attacker. That's the way it should be. Scott also described him as a deep lying playmaker. I think that's what feels like Pep's looking for, somebody like that. With this chase after Jorginho, with this securing of Rodri, you've got this deep-lying player in front of your defence who's going to pass the ball long. Now, if you've got Laporte and Dias who can do that, short and long, who can step into midfield when they need to, and you could end up with three at the back for a portion of time. And then they go back into defence. So they step up and out, sensing danger, taking the spaces, making the passes. Maybe you don't need someone like Rodri, and maybe you can go back to what I like, someone like Fernandinho, someone who's going to break up play, make it scrappy, do a few niggly fouls here and there. But you can see the value of Fernandinho. I've talked about that many times. So it's interesting to see finally what the kid himself has said about joining City, and what our director of football, Cheeky Begiristan, has said. I'll start off with Ruben Dias. To have the opportunity to join a club like Manchester City is a fantastic opportunity for me, and one I couldn't turn down. Their success speaks for itself. They have been the dominant team in England over the last few years, playing an attacking brand of football which I feel suits my own game. It is really exciting to be part of such a talented squad and to play for a world-class manager like Pep Guardiola, who has a proven track record of developing young players like myself. I believe I can improve here at a club whose ambitions match my own, and I will give everything to be successful and win titles. Director of Football Cheeky Begiristan added, Ruben is a player we have admired for some time, and we have been impressed with how he has progressed at Benfica. He has developed into a real leader, and as a defender, he has all the attributes we are looking for. He is strong in the air, good in 1v1 situations, and technically, he is very good. So we are confident he can thrive in our system. He is young, but has experience playing for a top European club in Benfica, and we're really pleased we've been able to sign him. He is another talented addition to the squad, and someone who is only going to get better working under Pep. All really good stuff. I mean, I will contradict Cheeky a little bit there. I mean, okay, Cheeky's always going to be positive about our players. Scott said he is a bit more concerned about his one-to-one ability, how he can defend one-to-one. That's why he says you need someone like screening him, like your Fernandinho. Yeah, so someone has to get past someone like Fernandinho first before they get to your man Ruben Dias, and then he's more comfortable dealing with the defender who has had to do a little bit of work already. But guys, as I said, be excited. You should be really very excited about this kid, Ruben Dias. Get ready for maybe one more transfer signing this summer. Keep it here, guys. We'll give you the information as it happens, when it happens, throughout the day. If something comes up, if there's a really good strong rumour about a new player, or something actually happens, we're here hoping to bring it to you first. Guys, if you're new to our YouTube channel, it would be fantastic if you could subscribe to the channel and hit that bell icon so you're notified as soon as new videos come out. We put out a minimum of one video every day, usually a live stream every single day, a live show in the evening. And we also put out various videos throughout the day. Things like this transfer talk, whether there are rumours about players, whether there's an actual signing. We do match previews with opposition fans. We do post-match reviews with City fans, sometimes with opposition fans if we can get them on. They've not been too keen to come on when City have been doing really well. And funnily enough, when City lose, they're very excited and eager to come on the channel. But we talk about all sorts of stuff that to do with Man City, Man City's men's team, Man City's women's team, the academy, the EDS, the under-23s, and any level of football to do with Manchester City. Hopefully next season, if it starts again, we'll even cover walking football and maybe the amputee football as well. We try and get involved in every aspect of Manchester City football and Manchester City news. See you around, Blues.